Hey, world. It's being willing to come back from the video. In fact, I just want to come back with this video because I don't know if you heard about the Travis Scott concert tragedy that happened here in Htown. Had like 8 people die from trauma-related injuries and conditions. Like I said, it was about 50,000 people down here. And in Houston, we used to have a theme park called Astroworld, kind of like Six Flags. But, and that was the deception because it wasn't at Astroworld. They just named it Astroworld in the location so that, a lot of people will come to it because of the familiarity with Astroworld. And like I say, it was like 50,000 people at this concert with Travis Scott and Drake. Now, I to this day, I'm still trying to understand, the appeal. I mean, I heard his music, and it's he's just a rapper, right? That have a baby with one of these Kardashian chicks, Kylie or Kendall Jenner, one of them. But 8 people allegedly died, and many more were injured. Now, what I want to ask the question is, how could the city of Houston, because right now they have like over 100 lawsuits being filed, because of either being injured at the concert or mental distress or PTSD. I don't know what the alleged civil suits are about, but I can tell you that there was over 100. I don't know if these civil lawsuits are going to be directed toward Travis Scott and Drake or toward the city of Houston. But the question is, how would the city of Houston, and not only just the city of Houston, allow that many people in one location, no social distancing, no mask, no quote unquote vaccine proof that you've been vaccinated, and no one's talking about that. I mean, just like these football games and these basketball games where all these people are going to the games, they're so close together. Remember, family, just a year and a half ago, we had to socially distance. And now they're saying, well, even if you're vaccinated, you still can, contract COVID or, you can spread it. And I'm trying to understand why get a vaccine if that's the case. And some of these vaccines have, different lifespans as far as efficacy. And I'm just kind of tripped out about that. And like everybody's talking about, especially in Htown, talking about this Travis Scott Astroworld tragedy, but no one's talking about how would they even allow something like that to happen during so-called pandemic. That's the question. I mean, it's like we cognitively dissonant. It's like how can we even? It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like believing that we live on a globe, live on a blue marble, just floating out there in space. What? And what's it based on? Science. Like I say, family, if you don't do the experiment yourself, how can you prove that it's right? I mean, we're supposed to be spinning 1,000 miles per hour, but you don't feel it. And how is it that when you're looking at CGI footage from the International Space Station, because remember, they just said that SpaceX just went to space. They just took 3 or 4 people to the International Space Station the other day at 2 o'clock in the morning. You would think that'd be big news, but it wasn't, because it's not real. And that's what I'm saying. This whole thing that's going on right now is just not real. And what are they basing off of? Science. I mean, if you just look in the sky, you see clouds not even moving. They're talking about a horizon. Yeah, because it's based on a horizontal. You dig? So it just don't make sense. And the fact that, they would have something like this occur as another diversion. Like I say, my heart goes out to those who who lost their lives in this tragedy. It's unfortunate, you know, but it's like, you know, if the COVID-19 pandemic was taken seriously, who would go out there? You know what I mean? So I do want to come back with a little food for thought, fam. I just thought that was interesting. Like I said, those who are not in Htown, I mean, it's been kind of crazy. Yeah. And they're not really talking about it a lot now, you know, because it's like, okay, next up, right? I mean, inflation is, which is another lie. There's no such thing as inflation. What it is the government, you know, deciding to let the Federal Reserve print way more money into this economy to lower the value of your money. Family, pay yourself first. In the meantime, between time, may the Most High decide to bring you joy. And being with is out of 5,000.